I worked in payroll for a fast-growing tech company in Seattle, and one thing never made sense to me. Our founder was worth hundreds of millions of dollars, owned a massive house, traveled on private jets, and drove cars most people only see online. Yet according to our payroll system, his annual salary was just $1. At first, I assumed it was some kind of joke or publicity stunt. But after a few years, curiosity got the better of me. One afternoon, while reviewing executive compensation reports, I asked one of the senior finance managers why a man worth nearly $400 million would choose to earn less than a vending machine makes in a day. The manager laughed and said, "Because he understands money better than almost anyone you'll ever meet." That answer only made me more curious. How could someone live such a luxurious life while officially earning almost nothing? A few weeks later, I got my answer during a finance meeting. Instead of taking a large salary and paying huge income taxes, the founder kept most of his wealth in company shares. Whenever he needed money, he didn't sell those shares. Selling would trigger massive taxes and reduce his ownership of the company. Instead, he borrowed against the value of his stock. Banks were eager to lend him money because his shares were worth hundreds of millions. The interest he paid on those loans was far lower than the taxes he would have paid by selling stock or taking a massive salary. The part that shocked me most was what happened next. While he was borrowing money, the value of his shares continued to rise year after year. The assets that secured his loans were growing faster than the cost of borrowing. In other words, the money he kept invested was earning more than the loans were costing him. What looked like a ridiculous financial decision from the outside was actually a strategy used by many wealthy people to preserve their wealth and avoid unnecessary taxes. The lesson wasn't that rich people never spend money. It was that they understand the difference between earning income and owning assets. Most people work for money, but the wealthiest people often let their assets work for them. That's when I realized the founder wasn't working for $1 a year because he was poor. He was doing it because he knew something the rest of us didn't.